Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Pitch 1. In just a few minutes, we're going to be bringing you Valhalla versus the Montreal Flamingos. Hang tight. We're just going to get the teams a little bit more warmed up. They're going to do their cheers, and we'll be getting underway. Don't go anywhere. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Quidditch Canada 2019 Eastern Regional Championship. Today, here on Pitch 1, we are bringing you Valhalla versus the Montreal Flamingos. I almost said Florida. This is going to be a big match. Of course, two community teams going at it here on Pitch 1. The Flamingos, sort of a bit of an echo of their UDEM roots. Coming on very strong this tournament, and Valhalla, who is, of course, always a force to be reckoned with. Good note to make, Valhalla actually has a lot of new faces, whether they're players that have joined the team from other teams or quite a few people that this is their first year playing Quidditch at all. So it's an interesting Valhalla squad, a little different from what we've seen. And, of course, the new sort of wild card of what the Flamingos are bringing to the table should make for a very interesting match. I think the best part about what's going to happen right now is that we're finally getting a little bit of sun out here. Things were quite wet and rainy for a while. They were slippery, they were cold, it was kind of miserable weather-wise for a couple hours there, but now the sun is out, things are drying up, people are warming up, I'm starting to shed layers like nobody's business, so I can only imagine what the players are going to be feeling when they're getting a little more warm. And what that means is that we can expect potentially some more long passes, some more long shots that are going to be meeting their marks. Especially
Oh my god.
I can't quite speak to the Flamingos because I've never actually seen them play before, but I know that Valhalla is a team that definitely relies quite heavily on long passes, on meeting people behind the hoops, and on sort of a lot of passing at center line to break up defense. So now that the sun is out, we might see a lot more of that from them, as opposed to the more physical game that most teams have had to play in this weather.
At this moment, the starting lines for both teams are getting on the pitch, getting ready for brooms up. The balls are in the center, and we're ready to go. Well, not quite yet, but we're getting ready to go.
Montreal, I just making sure you guys are okay with this, and then
We got head ref Michael Gomes getting ready to start this games. Mike, would you like to comment at all? Or are you allowed to? Probably not. No comment. No comment from Michael Gomes. Always the professional on the pitch. Really something we should all strive for. Something I should definitely strive for. I just sit here and make jokes, and I get to eat pizza because of it. But anyway, we're gonna get a little bit serious here. And what's that look for? Yeah, I got pizza. We're going to get a little bit more serious here as we are getting ready to start this match.
I'll go check two, see if they have two.
I would like to note the addition of the Flamingos jerseys, which I believe this may be their debut tournament. It might have been a little while ago, but nevertheless, looking fly like a Flamingo.
You know, there are so many teams out there, I don't count, my alma mater, Guelph, out of that have the red or the black or the yellow or the blue somewhere in there. I think the pink on pink is a fantastic choice for uniforms for this new team. It's on brand. It's on brand with the sort of lighthearted, fun-loving personality that we came to love from UDEM Quidditch. And I think this is really good and a good showcase of the Quidditch community in this new team. Ready checks coming in. Valhalla born ready, of course. And they're off. We're going to see both teams going for it. A lot of speed coming out from, I think that's number 0 on the Flamingos. A long pass out to a ready receiver. Going to get hit by a little bit of defensive pressure from Valhalla, and it's going to get into the hands of the Valhalla keeper. That's going to be a quick breakdown. And we mentioned this on the earlier game that we commentated. That first goal can really set momentum going. And if the team that ends up on defense after that strike can stop it, then that can really help out their cause, because momentum is such a big part of the sport, and when it's not in your favor, killing it has to be priority number one. Speaking of killing momentum, we see have a little bit of a slow ball going ahead here. We see the Valhalla keeper with a beater guard slowly making their way up the field, and we're going to see the beat come out. There's the move, and it's going to be a pass to no receiver as it's going to go almost out of bounds. Looks like it's kicked back in, but it's going to be a fast break coming in from the keeper on the Flamingos. There's one beater, but they don't care. Going to spin out of a tackle. That beater is unarmed. Oh, a beautiful bludger strip by number 15 on the Flamingos, who's going to come in and try and open up this lane. It's going to break down in a dog pile, but the Flamingos beaters playing very aggressively and opening it up. The shot is just north of the hoop. That's going to be no goal on the play as it comes into the hands of the Valhalla keeper.
Lots of beautiful plays already on the pitch, and we're only a minute 30 into the game. This should be a good matchup.
Valhalla, once again, this is something that you see often, the keeper coming up with a beater to guard them, just in case, the Flamingos try anything. We knew that back when they were UDEM, there was a lot of some offensive beating, a little bit of tomfoolery coming from that team that could really throw a team off. So a smart sort of defensive offense by Valhalla, and we see it come to fruition in that first point of theirs, right through the middle hoop. That's going to be 10-0 Valhalla on the board. Keeper number 7 now crossing the center line for the Flamingos. We see again more aggressive beating from the Flamingos, leaving nobody back for defense. So there's going to be a stray bludger, and here comes number 21 to cover it. We're going to see number 7 going to make a run, but number 88 going to tie them up and stop that momentum. Eventually, it's going to turn into a beat and a strip, and it's going to go right back into the hands of Valhalla. That was a beautiful shutdown of a fast break by number 88 on Valhalla. Oh, a nice pass out to an open receiver on the left, but it's going to go wide of the receiver on the right. That crossing pass is a very strong move and something we see quite often from Valhalla, but it unfortunately doesn't quite find the hands of the receiver on that play as we see it now. Coming into possession of Montreal, looking to answer something.
Valhalla keeper number 7 is making his way on up the pitch, setting up their offensive line.
Oh, Montreal keeper with a beautiful pass to and a fantastic catch by chaser number 13, but going to get met immediately by a tackler for Valhalla. Again, this strong defense that Montreal hasn't quite been able to poke any holes in yet. Not to say that it's not possible. I mean, and the Montreal defense has also been quite strong. This has been a very low-scoring game so far. Nearly 4 minutes in with only 1 point on the board. But we're going to see a couple line changes coming out for both teams. And this is what I was talking about earlier. This is the Valhalla special, where they put 2 people up on the center line and have them pass back and forth to try and break up that point defender and open up a lane. We're going to see a pass going to nobody on the left. Looked like there might have been a bit of a miscommunication or a misunderstanding of where the receiver was going to be on Valhalla. It's going to roll right out of bounds and get into the hands of number 7 for the Flamingos.
Right side, Derek. Derek, just a little bit closer next time, okay? Watch your tap, Derek.
More aggressive offensive beating from the Flamingos, going way behind enemy lines. Going to come up. Oh, going to get beat out as we see that the keeper going to get the ball knocked out of their hands. It's going to get recovered by Valhalla. Little bit of passing. Again, the Valhalla special, passing up at the center line, breaking up number 99, trying to make them decide where to focus. As we can see, this is the Valhalla special. There's that pass again. Goes to the open receiver on the left, going to find another set of hands. Oh, a beautiful, beautiful pass by, I think that's number 7, Zoe Mastellato, out to the open receiver, coming in right in front of the hoops, using that height and dunking it right through the center hoop. Beautiful play by Valhalla.
on offense, covering their first ball.
Gomes said that he returned them. But I don't know where he returned them to.
With Gabriel and Archie.
Big beat right in the chest by.
What beater play?
6.
If you want to talk about offensive beating, yeah, you had it right. That was a big beat right in the chest, and I think I don't think there was a goal on the play, but important note to make as Valhalla's making their offense here. That hard beat wasn't just cheese. The point of that a very aggressive hard beat right on in front of the opposing beater is to make sure that ball bounces back into your zone so you can maintain control of it. That's a really good textbook example of offensive beating, how to do it correctly. Something that we know UDEM was always, by me at least, for sure feared for, that offensive beating, and something that we definitely see bleeding over into their new franchise. So you see them now making their offense. Valhalla up to 20-0. As we see, Flamingos trying to put something on the board, but that Valhalla defense has just been impenetrable so far. Quaff in the hands of number 10, Lyndon Evers on Valhalla. Going to make a quick break around the defender, running all the way around the hoops, wide around, and it's going to be a good goal for 30 points up for Val. Oh, no, it's going to be called no good. It's play on. We're going to see Valhalla coming through, and there's the point. That's going to be 30-0 for Valhalla, coming in with a very physical run coming out from number 18. There's going to be a double whistle on the play as the refs confer. I'm not sure what they're talking about, what the potential infraction is, but it looks like somebody might have seen something that we didn't. One thing I want to mention, Summer, that I've been noticing in this game is almost on both sides, what seems to be a distinct lack of contact. There hasn't been much hitting. There hasn't been much tackling on offense or defense from both of these teams. We've seen most goals coming in as a result of, except with the exception of the last one with that very physical run in, a lot of the points and a lot of the plays being made around long passes. I don't want to speculate too much, but I think that might be partially a product of the nicer weather that we have now, facilitating that kind of play for these teams.
Back, Alex. Who's this back, Alex? There you go. I live and contain your help. Next one.
We're going to see Flamingos crossing the center line. A little bit of a beater battle as we see an offload to a receiver. Oh, can't quite get it in the hand. It's going to get recovered by number, I believe that's 14, on Valhalla. Going to cross center line. Think better of it. Realize the beater pressure against them as Flamingos currently hold BS. Going to take a long shot, and it's not quite going to make it. But with that kind of defense, that's the decision that you have to make, to go for those half courts. As we see the answer coming now from the Flamingos. Number 0 going to break through one tackle. Going. There's no beater pressure from Valhalla, but there's going to be a very good strip by the Valhalla chaser to shut down that offense. That was one Flamingo against many Vikings. You can't really blame them for that one. And the strip coming up for Valhalla is going to shut down that offense. Oh. Some more offensive beating now we see from Valhalla, creating a no-bludger situation for Custers, who is known to be a good runner and a heavy hitter. Creating those no-bludger situations for this physical game that we're now seeing Valhalla pulling out.
Chasers, next offense, okay? Custers, next offense.
Flamingos are in the possession of the quaffle yet again. The keeper is making his way up the field. Number 0, looking for someone to open there. Takes a long shot behind the hoops, but is intercepted by Valhalla keeper. Valhalla keeper making his way on the field again, setting up their offense.
Pinch to the wing. Yes, Sam. Yeah. You got John. Yeah.
Valhalla keeper makes a long pass to a chaser on the left side and passes it right back.
Go!
Yet again, right back again. It's kind of a do-si-do and shoots. Oh, and it goes through.
Good job!
That's a point for Valhalla, which is taking the score to 50 to nothing. The Flamingos are in possession of the quaffle again. Currently, they don't have BS. Taking a slow approach up the field, but there's a drive by Zero. He goes up and shoots and passes it back to QCER19, who sinks a lovely goal right through the left hoop.
Very good patience by the Flamingos. 13 was open there for a long time, but the pass wasn't quite safe. 13 doing a very good job sneaking past that Valhalla defense to put a point up for their team. Now with Flamingos on the board, we might see a bit of a momentum shift as number 19 breaks a tackle, and it's going to go through. That's going to be 10 points up for Valhalla. Flamingos looking to answer, but Valhalla very quick getting back on defense, and it's going to be another slow ball up to the center.
Yeah, what I like about Beaters is like the change of thing is very smart. Like Beater game, there's still strategy in the quarter. So it's like it's a lot more about playing smart.
Number 0 for the Flamingos, crossing the center line. Nice and slow, waiting for the beater support to come up. We see number 15, Tremblay, coming as a bit of a guard in that awesome pink toque. The shot's going to go through. It's going to be blocked. There's going to be a second attempt, but it's also going to be blocked by the Valhalla keeper. Very quick. Oh, a brutal face beat. Oh, brutal face beat onto the Flamingos beater. It's going to get picked up, and there's going to be a beat onto the attacking chaser, number 99 for the Flamingos. That's going to be a shutdown of the Flamingos offense by Valhalla. So we see a fast break coming up, or maybe just a jog back out of the field by the Valhalla keeper. Coming up with both beaters playing very high up. They're really looking for something as we see Sam McCall, one beater, making an aggressive play while the other beater hangs back to guard. And we're going to see a goal. It's going to be a goal for Valhalla, using both of those beaters as an escort to go almost right up to the hoops. And important note, Valhalla maintaining bludger superiority. That's one of the big concerns when you play with aggressive beaters like that, is it's very easy to lose BS in that situation. But Valhalla beaters staying in control, a testament to how skilled they are as players.
Big beats coming out of both teams as the quaffle is on the ground. Picked up by Valhalla Chaser, who currently has a breakaway. There are no beaters. Oh, no, there's one. I'm not sure about that one. That may have been a beat before ball situation.
I'm not sure what the refs are saying, but if that was beat before, that was an absolute snipe. Long-range beat coming out from the Flamingos to shut down that offense. That's a beautiful beat to see.
Both teams have reset. They're making their way up the pitch yet again with Flamingo keeper, number 7, with the quaffle in his possession. Long pass behind the hoop. Unfortunately, it is missed by Flamingos, chaser number 4, and Valhalla has regained possession.
Quaffle in the hands of Valhalla Chaser, now crossing center line. Again, we're going to see the Valhalla special leaving 2 people up, looking to confuse that defense and make a little bit of passes. This is opening up the defenders, or opening up the offenders for open passes. But we're going to see the other option that happens with this play is where a lane just opens up right in the middle and we can see a fast break. Valhalla getting back on defense, trying to stop this run from number 7 on the Flamingos, is going to think better of it. Now crossing the center line, looking for support. There's a few people around them. One open receiver on the left. We'll see if they can find them. It's tagged by the keeper as number 7, Alex, coming around, going to get beat, and that's going to be a shutdown of the Flamingos offense by Valhalla.
Big beat right up by the hoops with a drive by Valhalla, number 16, sinking a goal through the hoop. That brings our score to 90 to 10 in favor of Valhalla. Quaffle's now in possession of the Flamingos, chaser number 99, who's looking for an open friend here. Pass to number 0, who has a little bit of a breakaway here. Does a little spin out, looking to run up to the hoop, looking for someone who's open, or he's going to do it himself. Passes behind the hoop, and it is deflected by keeper for Valhalla. With a quick turnover, they're making their way back up the pitch. A big beat right by the hoops, and a long pass up to Chaser and through the hoops. That's another goal for Valhalla.
Here's a player to watch. That was a beautiful, the beaters really facilitated that no beater situation. But I want to highlight number 88 on Valhalla right now, Michael Beta, who is a fantastic player who often flies under the radar. You will always see him by those hoops ready, and I don't think I've seen a pass go to Beta that hasn't been caught and scored on. It's like just such a tight play, such an easy go-to from a player who can just get it right every time. You see number 0. Oh, gonna juke around beautiful. Using a little bit of Valhalla's skills against them now with that awesome cross pass to a ready defender next to the hoops. It's just going to go right in. That was a beautiful offense by the Flamingos.
If you were to Google on WikiHow how to make a pass and a goal, that would come up.
You see now, Valhalla trying to make an answer, going to have a little bit of a dance, going to be a tackle, but it's not going to be enough. The Flamingos not quite able to bring it to the ground or tie up the arm. So number 88 just going to be able to reach and score, getting close enough to the hoop. We're going to see Flamingos trying to answer. They're going to need a few more unanswered goals if they're going to want to stay in this game, as we are getting ever closer to Snitch on pitch. We're going to see we're about a minute 15 away from the Seekers going out, and then this game could be over in an instant once that happens. So we're going to need to see a few unanswered offenses from the Flamingos if they want to stay in this. As we see one attempting to happen right now, it was almost made it to the hands of number 13 for a quick give and go score, but it didn't quite make it, as we see no goal on the play. Now the keeper for Valhalla coming up to the center line, as we see a double whistle is on the play, and the refs are going to confer.
I'd like to note that the Snitch has entered the pitch, and we have Seekers laying in way, ready to fight over that tennis ball.
The Snitch for this game is none other than Jeremy, who has built quite a reputation for himself, both in the Seeking game and the Snitch game. Very good at both, so it should not be an easy catch for either of these Seekers for these teams. It's going to be a blue card on number 11 for Valhalla.
What's the card for?
That's going to be a blue card for Valhalla, third bludger interference. That is going to hurt a little bit because that's a beater penalty. That means that Valhalla, for the next minute or until they're scored against, is not able to maintain bludger superiority, meaning that they're going to have to choose to either cover the quaffle or the Snitch. Of course, that's going to be negated once they're scored on because it is only a blue card, but that could mean either an easy goal for Flamingos or more time for a pull. So never something that you want to see, especially coming up to Snitch on pitch, but we'll see how Valhalla deals with this.
Seekers, 30 seconds. Long pass up to the hoops, set in yet another goal for Valhalla.
Number 22 with beautiful hands, catching that long pass in this, the wind is starting to pick up. It's getting a little bit colder again. Great hands and a good patience as we saw the Flamingos keeper go for the stop, and number 22, Yara, hanging on to it and waiting for the right opportunity. So we see a strong offense from the Flamingos. Oh, it's going to be Michael Beta going to block the shot with his face, as we see. Looks like this penalty is going to be killed as the Seekers go on pitch. No goals scored, and we see Sugar is back on the pitch. Now, Valhalla now back at full beater strength, and it goes back to potentially looking in Valhalla's favor. See, number 18 making a long pass. Beautiful hands. Those are the hands I was talking about. You can always count on number 88 to catch those tough balls. Unfortunately, doesn't find the hoop. but that shotgun of a pass is just something that Valhalla really excels at. Number 0 for the Flamingos coming around, looking to make something happen. One beater, but it's going to be a flubbed beat as number 0 is looking to make something happen. It's going to hit the fingertips of the receiver. I think that's number 13 for the Flamingos, as it's going to be another shutdown on the Flamingos offense. Looks like Flamingos number 26 Seeker is looking to go for the catch, looking to end this game. If they pull, they will still lose, but looking potentially to save some energy and finish this up and move on to the next game of the day. Oh, as we see the Snitch is going to fall off of Jeremy. No pull on it, but we're going to see an offense coming in. Okay. Good. You know what? That was a very strong beater defense by the Flamingos, but very prudent offense from that Valhalla chaser. Immediately sees that ball on the ground, passes on it, and scores. That was a good play by both teams. It's just that proactive chasing by Valhalla that got them that point. We're going to have a blue card for the Flamingos onto their keeper for an illegal substitution.
He subbed off before touching the ball.
I would like to note that although it might sound a little suspicious, subbing in the game of Quidditch is one of the hardest parts to grasp. I cannot tell you how many times that I have been caught for illegal subbing by getting off my broom too fast, and I've had to book it back to those hoops.
It is going to be, the call on it is not actually illegal substitution, though you're not wrong. It's a tough thing to grasp. The call is going to be delay of game. As a keeper, you have to touch the quaffle after you're scored on before you can sub off. Otherwise, because when the keeper touches the quaffle, that resets the next play and is the sign to the referees and the other team that the next phase of the game has started. But if that doesn't happen, then it is considered delay of game, and that's where that blue card is coming out. So that's going to be a minute in the box for number 0 on the Flamingos, which will be served either a full minute or until they are scored on. Looks like a little bit of...
Place your bet. Which one would it be?
So we're going to see number 4 on the Flamingos going to be taking up the mantle of keeper for this time. So even when a keeper is put in the penalty box, a team is not allowed to play without a keeper. So someone has to take on that role. And it is now number 4 who is going to be wearing the green headband for the next minute. At least.
Oh, they start back.
Start?
Both teams getting ready to remount, and on the blow of the whistle, the game has begun yet again with the quaffle possession in favor of Valhalla.
I know he was moving up to the whistle, it wasn't delayed.
Valhalla's looking to probably make a long pass behind the hoops, which they do, and it goes right in. And with that, number 0 for the Flamingos is let back on, and the quaffle is in the Flamingos' possession. The Flamingos also have bludger superiority at the moment, which may give them a little bit of a leg up in terms of making room for different plays up to the opposing team's hoops. A little bit of a slow drive up to the hoops by the Flamingos. Number 7, the keeper, looking to make a pass, which he does to Chaser 14 behind the hoops. Unfortunately, it was a little bit of a flub.
Yes!
But he's going on back to the hoops, but he's taken down pretty hard. Looks like he might have a little bit of an injury for keeper number 7 on Flamingos.
Yeah, it looks like that's one part of Quidditch is that all tackles are to be made with one arm only. There's no second arm, which means that a lot of time, if you're trying to bring a tackle to ground, you do have to do that awkward twisting motion, which leads to a lot of shoulder injuries. And I think, it looks like this player is getting off the field on their own strength, maybe a little bit frustrated, but fortunately not injured, at least seriously. So always good to see, but that is a concern whenever you have that one arm only tackling. Shoulder injuries are very common with that style of contact.
And with the quaffle in possession of Valhalla chaser number 10, he's driving up behind the net on a far right side, going fairly wide, looking to make a pass, but he fumbles the ball.
Beautiful strip by number 0, the keeper on the Flamingos, who is going to recover it for their team. Going to save themselves from getting another point against them. We're going to see again that offensive. Oh, that's going to be a no-beater situation. Yes.
Yeah!
Okay, that's a very good play by the Flamingos. A beautiful no-beater situation created by that offensive beating of the Flamingos. We see getting rid of both the Valhalla beaters and creating a lane for their keeper to drive. See number 16, Alex Nafton coming up with the quaffle. Going to make a pass to receiver, number 97 on the right-hand side. Going to run past the defender. We see a couple options, but it's going to be a jump and a shot, and it's going to hit the side of the hoop and spin it. It's going to be safe in the hands of the Flamingos keeper coming around. A lot of excitement going on in this field right now. Everybody's yelling, everybody's screaming, and we're going to see, a pass out to a Valhalla player that's a little potentially a mix-up with the pink headwear there. But that's going to be quaffle in the hands of number 16 now. Keeper for Valhalla, looking for an option, but there's no one really around. We're going to get a double whistle on the play.
What is the first handicap? Is it midline? Roughly.
During our little time out here, I'd just like to take a moment to thank the City of Guelph as well as the University of Guelph for being so generous in their time and location to us as we were offered here to host our 2019 Eastern Regionals Championship, which has been underway for several hours now. And let me tell you, there's so much excitement going on every pitch today. We had a lovely game of Quidditch where we had some children come out and try the game, trying to get them excited for later in life when they may be able to join a university or community team as well.
So they have to stay on this side of the pin.
Teams have remounted, and on the whistle, the game will regain. And the whistle is blown, and there's a drive going on by the Flamingos up to pass.
Right there, they have to stay in, yeah.
But unfortunately, it's just not enough to get a goal in that hoop. The quaffle is now in possession of Valhalla, who's driving yet again. A little bit of a beater battle right in front of us. The quaffle in the possession of Valhalla keeper, looking to set up a little bit of a play here. Let's see what they'll do.
It's like midline.
Lots of beating action going on, but behind we notice there's a long pass behind the hoop by Valhalla keeper that unfortunately has not been
First
received.
handicap. Okay. All right, we're going to see the first snitch restriction is coming in. Now we're going to see Gerber is not going to be allowed to go outside of, I believe, 1.5 meters away from the center line. Oh, and it's going to be a bit of a spin. It's going to get pulled by the Flamingos, number 99. That's going to be a snitch pull. There was a lot of activity around the snitch. Whether or not that's good will depend on whether or not Jeremy felt like he was being impeded by any of the players or anyone else on the field. Definitely a lot of activity happening around the snitch, but it can definitely look that way as well. And we'll see in a second as they confer. There's going to be the triple whistle, and that's going to mean that the catch is good. Flamingos catch the snitch for a final score of
I'm going to go
140 to 60. 140 to 60 in favor of Valhalla. A good game by both of these teams. I think, regardless of what you see on the scoreboard, we saw some good plays from both sides. Valhalla, I think, their key to success there was the marrying of their physical game when they needed it and their long game when they needed it. They did both of those aspects very well, and according to what they saw on the pitch. You know, I've said for a while, Valhalla is one of the most adaptable teams in the league. They can see what's faced with them and have something to answer to it. And I think that is what we saw here today. Not to discount the effort of the Flamingos. It can be difficult for a new team coming in, and you know this is day one. We're still far from over. I've seen bigger comebacks, and I've seen bigger falls from grace. But a few very, very good moments for the Flamingos in that game as well, and no reason to be hanging their heads afterwards. So beautiful Quidditch game by both teams. Valhalla coming away with the W, but that is going to be it for us here on Pitch 1 for this game. Do you have any other comments to make about the game, about what you saw?
I would just like to say that I had the pleasure of playing against Valhalla in Montreal, which they showed their colors yet again, and they were very, very good, very well prepared, very well sanctioned. I did not play against the Flamingos, however, I did get to watch one of their games, and once again, they're just improving and improving. Both teams have shown improvement today in Guelph, and I can only be excited to see what to expect next.
All right, with that game over, that's going to be it for us for now. Don't go anywhere. We've got the next game on Pitch 1 coming at you very soon, but until then, I'm Calder Schweitzer.
And I'm Summer Schweitzer.
Thank you for tuning in.